I guess. Okay. Hi, welcome to Miss Dre. I'm Dre.
And I'm Miss.
And we're sisters. So today, for our first video on our channel, we're going to do the palette tag, because everyone loves makeup palettes, right? So, we've got our baskets and bags of goodies. We're going to talk about our favorites, and some not favorites. Best packaging is what we're going to start with. Mine is actually the brand new Lorac Heartbreaker palette. Two things that make this win best packaging for me. Number one, it's hot pink. And number two, it snaps shut, which I'm a huge fan of. I'm actually not going to talk about the inside of this palette because it is actually a winner for me in another category.
Okay, and I actually kind of cheated and did two best packagings, but they're both from the same company. They are the Nude Tude and the Nude Dude from The Balm. And I just love the packaging. The front of these are super cute, and when you open them up, they're like pin-up guys and girls. So how can you not love this packaging? It's pretty great. So that one's best packaging category for me.
Next one for us is best color payoff. Mine's actually a relatively new one. I know that everyone has been dying to get their hands on this since January. Mine is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Favorite. And I just want to show you, like this. Look at this. I mean, for a brightly colored shimmer shade, like it takes nothing. They're amazing. And all the shades in this palette are like that. For $27.99, the quality of these shadows is impeccable. Not a fan of this cheap plastic packaging, but the shadows and the colors are amazing.
Okay, and for me, my winner for best color payoff is kind of surprising. When I was going through my palette, just a couple of these colors in this Cargo Cosmetics palette really jumped out at me. I think this one is Antique something or other. I think I got this off of one of those discounted websites for like $20. But there's this one color in here called Cinnamon that is probably one of the most gorgeous golds I have ever seen. Like it,
You've already made quite a dent in that.
I've already made a dent. So that color alone, and some of these other ones, like there's one called Twigs that's blue that is super dark, but I mean, the color payoff is amazing for this. For a $20 palette that I paid for, I love it. So that's probably my favorite for color payoff.
Next on the palette tag is most versatile, and this is actually what I'm going to go back to this little baby Lorac palette for. I'm going to open it up and show you this guy. We've got two, like either brow highlights or base shades, three gorgeous pops of color. You've got this plum, this navy, and then this really springy, vibrant blue. Also, there's this peach shade in here, which is a really nice crease shade, transition shade, or just an inner corner that's brightening things up a little bit. But look at your warm shades. You've got colors to do smoky eyes. You've got gorgeous bases if you want to do single shadow looks and you're on the go. It's small and it's compact, but there's really so many looks you can do with this. And again, it's hot pink and it's snapped shut, so it's just a slam dunk for me.
Okay, and my most versatile is also a Lorac product. I know that this is a favorite for a lot of people when it comes to most versatile, just because it does have those matte and the shimmer shadows in it. But mine is the Lorac Pro 2. I absolutely love the colors in these. My favorite has to be the jade and the plum and the blue. I mean, and then you got all of these cool, like between the gray and the light brown, and this rose, it's like a rose gold in here, is just absolutely beautiful. I think that there are so many looks you can make with this, that this is something that if you're going to spend $40 to $50 on a palette and you're just starting out, this is one that you definitely want to get just because it is so versatile.
Biggest regret. We feel a little bad about this, and I'm going to go ahead and take credit for it. If you're makeup junkies like we are, the recent Sephora VIB sale, 50% off, tends to lure us into purchasing things that we wouldn't normally purchase, like Marc Jacobs palette. I had fell in love with Enigma. These are both the Marc Jacobs No. 7 palettes. I'd fallen in love with Enigma because this middle shade, I was just talking about how I'm in love with like rosy shimmers. Yeah, I died, right? Like I need that shade in my life. honestly, if this shade was quality and pigmented, I probably could get over the rest of the shades in this palette because I really wanted it for this color. Now, there is one shadow in this entire little $59 palette that is worth shit. And it's this taupe color. Now, if I didn't already have 47 taupes in every palette and single and quad that I own that were pigmented and quality just as much as this one, it would be great that this had a nice taupe in it. This ride or die shade that I had to have, where'd it go? Like, it's nothing to me. Worthless. This was hard for me. I had a lot of biggest regrets when it comes down to it. $59 is a pretty big regret. Like, none of the other ones I'd spent near that much money on. Now, granted, we did have 15% off. I watched reviews on YouTube on all the Marc Jacobs palettes, and a lot of reviews I watched said kind of the same thing, but I was like, no, I want to try it for myself. All I really care about is that one shade. Total flop. I had told her that I was getting a Marc Jacobs palette, and that kind of spurred her interest in checking out the different ones. So then she ended up purchasing one as well. So that's why I take responsibility for these regrets.
Okay, now let me just tell you guys, I am a college student, so I'm broke, like, what, 9 months out of the year, and this, we got Big sister finances a lot of the makeup junkiness. She does, but, I mean, I paid for this myself, and a $59 purple, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how this doesn't glare horribly. We'll try this way. I ordered the tees, which looks absolutely gorgeous online. I mean, the purples. I really wanted a good purple palette that I could do for a natural kind of purple look for fun days, just get the crease color that was purple. Let's just talk about this dark color. This is the most gritty texture I've ever felt in an eyeshadow, and the color payoff is horrible. Like, there is nothing there.
So basically, we're hashtag Marc Jacobs haters.
I know. I knew we were going to get a lot of hate for that. Totally not worth $60 of my poor college ass money.
We're done with the hate. We're going to move on.
Okay.
Best color names. I actually have a relatively new one for this one. And I got this at the VIB sale, and I was kind of on the fence about it, but beyond happy that I purchased it. I would pay full price for this. I absolutely love it. And it is the Tartelette palette. If you're unfamiliar with this palette or you haven't watched any reviews on it, it is all matte, 100% matte, which I actually don't own an all matte palette, which was kind of a tipping point for me on deciding to purchase this. It's totally made for every part of a girl. Like, it's purple, it's golden shiny, and on top of it, the names in this are freaking adorable. You have Free Spirit, Force of Nature, Dreamer, Multitasker, Caregiver, Natural Beauty, Best Friend, which is actually one of my favorite shades, Bombshell, Supermom, Wanderer, Power Player, and Fashionista. Like, really? That you just described every strong woman in my life, and yours probably. So it just totally appeals to that. And I appreciate that, yeah, they don't really say much about the actual color, but it's fun, it's different, and I want to do a tutorial where I'm like, let's put Bombshell in your crease. It's just fun.
Okay, mine also was a tie probably for the best packaging. Another one from the Balm. I know, I'm addicted to them. But this one is the Bon Jovi palette, which growing up we were both huge Bon Jovi fans.
Even so.
So it was kind of funny. So I bought this kind of off of the name. But when you open it up, you get Metallica, Adagio, Blink 1982, Iron Maiden. They're all a play on words for old 80s rock bands. Like, you have The Stroke.
Maybe not necessarily 80s. Because Blink 182 and Third Eye Blinded. But
then you get Alice Cooper.
They're fun.
I love them. So, definitely my favorite. And then it comes with this gorgeous highlight, too. So, I mean.
That is nice.
I know.
Okay, least used. This was my cheat. I have two. Technically three, I guess. The first thing I want to talk about, Revealed 1 and 2. Let me tell you, these suckers are cheap. Coastal Scents, everyone and their mother talks about how they're dupes for Naked 1 and 2, and Even Naked 3, and now they actually have a Revealed 3 out on their site, and I've watched a lot of unboxings. Is it BoxyCharm or Glossybox? BoxyCharm or Glossybox sent out the first one.
Glossybox.
Sent out the first one 4 or 5 months ago, and then they sent out the second one. Which, I'll be honest, if I got one of these in a subscription box, I'd be off the chain about it. I paid $19.99 each. I think that's cheap. The shadow quality is not bad. It's just one of those things where they're dupes for something I own. Like, you know what I mean? So I won't be purchasing Revealed 3. I think that I've swatched both of these, and I've done a look with this one once. So it's just not something I reach for. Some of the shadows are excellent. I mean, super high quality. Some of them are kind of chalky. I mean, that's the risk you run when you're buying, you know, lower-end drugstore. It's always a gamble. My second one that's least used is actually...
That's fine.
Is it really? Oh, good. Okay, I didn't know that. So Makeup Forever Midnight Glow. Funny story on this. Do you still have brushes in here?
Yes.
I took my brushes out. I actually use my brushes more than I use the stinking palette.
You use the brushes?
Yeah, I use this one.
Feels like awful to me.
This one. Ooh, yours is kind of crusty.
Dude, I know. I told you it's awful.
Mine were softer than this. But preface. These are from TJ Maxx, okay? I found this one at TJ Maxx. I don't know, when was it?
2 months ago?
2 months ago?
2 months ago.
And I died. Makeup Forever. I've never had any Makeup Forever shadows. $16.99. Like, really? These little suckers retail for, I think, $48. The artist palettes that are on sale in Sephora right now are this size, this amount of shadows, and they're $48. So for $16.99, super stoked. Text my sister. She's like, what? Makeup Forever shadows for $16.99. Recently I've been traveling a lot for business. So I actually was in a different city, and they had a huge TJ Maxx. It was like a TJ Maxx Home Goods put together. So I went in and checked it out, and they had one, just like ours had one. So I picked up the second one at a different TJ Maxx so that she could have one, because she wanted this one and I wanted this one, so we doubled up.
I freaked out a little bit when I got it. I ripped it open, saw these crap brushes for one. They're awful. I hate mine. And then the quality of these, it's like worse than, I don't even know. Think of the cheapest, crappiest, like...
They're chalk.
They're awful.
They're dried out.
Awful.
Now, am I glad I have it? Yes. Is it a cute little palette, that snapshot, that would be cute for travel if the shadows didn't suck?
Do we use it?
Yes.
No.
Literally, I've never done a look with this, and we've had it for a month.
Yep.
Most used. I cheated. Sorry. I couldn't Makeup Geek's palette. I'm sorry. Makeup Geek, I live for. I mean, I've only had these for a month. Maybe 4 weeks.
In like a lot of those.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, this is an everyday thing for me. This is amazing. So versatile. And the coolest part about Makeup Geek is they automatically come in these little pans. They're $5.99 each. But I will say, if you're interested in trying Makeup Geek, I watched a video from Marlena maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she was discussing that this year, in 2015, the price of the shadows will be going up to $6.99. Still a steal. MAC shadows are $15, right? I mean,
and they're
you
the
pay
same
that.
quality.
And they're the same or better. I mean, they're amazing. This Shimma that like everyone and their mother talks about is just, yeah. Smack your mama, to quote Nicole.
You should talk about your camel.
Right. My camel's gonna stable over the table today. But I love them. And the coolest part about it is it automatically comes in the pan. So you purchase this little Z palette for like $20, and then you don't have to go crazy like I did and buy all 27 at once. I dropped a chunk. But at $5.99, go buy 5 or 6 or even 7 and do your first row and make it a treat for yourself and build your palette. But this is my most used palette because I picked every shade in it. Like, I didn't pick a shade I don't like. So obviously it's my most used because I designed it, and that's what these palettes are awesome. I love that. I have one full of Morphe shadows as well.
Okay, this is my repeat Too Faced chocolate bar. I pretty much use it every day. I'm not gonna lie, I use this white chocolate, which is like my highlight. I used it today on top of my ColourPop, and literally it's a color I just use every day because it blends so beautifully up on the brow bone. So this is just something I literally use every single day. I cannot remember, since I got this like 4 months ago, I've used it every day. So,
my most shade. Most loved. Now, we already talked about the balm. there's a reason that this is my most loved. Remember that rosy shimmer shade that I wanted so badly to love in Marc Jacobs? The Balm crushed it. Like, that's what I wanted from Marc Jacobs. So that's why it's my favorite. That one shade. Like, it's adorable. And I love all the colors. The names are cute. It's versatile. It's a nude palette. But that's why it's my most loved, is that shade. I can do a whole look with Makeup Geek and still reach for that shade. So maybe Makeup Geek has a shade like that. I just haven't found yet. But that's why this is my most loved.
Okay, my most loved is Shock There, my Naked 2 palette, just because there's some colors in here that are absolutely gorgeous. Half Baked, which is, this is sliding off.
Is that the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I die. That's my favorite shade.
Seriously, it's gorgeous. So all of these colors, and the YDK, which is like this color, I'll swatch them for you. But literally, if you're going to buy this palette just for 2 colors, those are the 2 colors you will buy it for. I don't know if you can see that, but they are gorgeous. So,
Hashtag Urban Decay. So, Desert Island.
this was my least favorite to pick out.
Me too. I really struggled with this. I love all my makeup. That's why I have it. It's mine. So if I'm stranded on a desert island, let's be real, I'd rather have a bag of chips than a makeup palette. But if you're making me choose one, I'm gonna go with Naked 1. Now, I have a couple strange reasons for this. I bought this after the train of the Naked craze. I mean, I bought Naked 2, you had Naked 3.
And I don't really like it.
The rosy shades are not for us.
Pale.
I bought both of our Naked 2s at the same time, and we both loved them. So, that being one of the first high-end palettes that we had, I watched a lot of videos. I knew that I would never want Naked 3, but Naked 1 appealed to me. Like, I like this gunmetal color. I like that it's got a nice black, this crepe color. It does have some sparkle, but it's like tiny, 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 finely milled silver glitter. So it's really, it's a black that you can just use. Toasted, there's that stunning shimmery rose shade that I'm in love with everywhere. Thin, gorgeous, a little bit lighter. This virgin color everyone raves about from Urban Decay. Half Baked is in here as well, because apparently Urban Decay wants to do that to us and torture us. This is my desert island because I might actually use the damn thing if it's the only thing I have.
Okay, I picked mine out of pure necessity. I bought this after Christmas when they had like all their Pixie by Petra stuff on super clearance deals. I think I got this for like $15, but wait till you see how many colors there are. Bam. These 2 sides are the eyeshadows, and in the middle is going to be your blushes and highlighters, which,
Hold on, I'm going to swatch this while you talk.
which I like some of these colors. I mean, I like the highlighters better than I like the shadows. I'm not gonna...
I was a little out of frame for most of that video. We're going to try to edit it a little bit. First video, we're doing this with not the greatest camera, so we're on a learning curve. So we know, lighting and frame shots, we're doing our best. It will improve, we promise. So we're just going to keep making great videos and hope that we can do some different things. We've been saving empties. We've got, lists, probably 30 different ideas for videos.
Or 40.
So they're coming. We're going to be doing them. So definitely subscribe down below. I think we've got some great ideas coming up for new videos. Tutorials are probably going to be a little bit down the road once we get our setup a little bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe do some voiceovering on tutorials. But we've definitely learned together. I feel like we just started really getting into makeup not that long ago.
I would say
6 months?
January, somewhere around there. December, January, around Christmas time. I placed a Sephora order.
Subscribe. We want you to enjoy this journey with us.
Stay tuned. And
Bye guys.
Bye guys.